It forces people to eat zombie brains in order to subdue them.
Try it. Yes. It's all right, Mr. Murphy, give us a couple of minutes. Go ahead, come on.
Hello everyone, Movie Jack is in touch, and this is a short retelling of the 6th and 7th episodes of the 3rd season of the zombie series Nation Z. The plot of the series slowly begins to develop and does not make you bored. New locations and adventures are waiting for us in each episode. Therefore, if you are on this channel for the first time, then follow the links in the description and watch the series from the very beginning. And as soon as this video gets thousands of likes, I release the next part. Enjoy watching. Doc managed to separate from the group and unwittingly end up in a mental hospital in Serenity Falls, a psychiatric hospital filled with a motley group of patients dominated by Nurse Ratched and who are surrounded by zombies.
Welcome to the apocalypse, man. You can pass for normal these days, seriously. Oh, it's purely for medical purposes.
After Doc is knocked down by a patient who fancies himself Elvis, he wakes up in a straitjacket under the close attention of Nurse Ratched and her squad. They overheard him say that he was a doctor, and Doc's quick psychological analysis of all the patients was impressive enough to release him from the straitjacket and accept him as a colleague of Nurse Ratched. Ratched then leads Doc to the last and most troublesome guest of the institution, 10K, who is in a state of almost catonic due to the lack of a vaccine that does not allow him to get under Murphy's control. Nurse Ratched has prescribed a lobotomy for a new patient, but Doc convinces her that he is only suffering from a 10K fever and needs medication. At the other end of the Z ward, where zombies who turned into electroshock therapy live, there is a pharmacy with a full set of medicines. Doc and Elvis walk through the wing. And they get to the drugs, returning just in time to prevent Nurse Ratched from carrying out her lobotomy plans.
What the hell did you do?
After Doc injects 10 co-improvised cocktail, he begins to give patients medications that can really help with various diseases. Then Elvis brings 10K, who feels super weak, but at least to some extent sane. 10K tells Doc about Murphy's plans to create a new world order in Spokane, after which they try to escape from the institution. Unfortunately, Doc and 10's escape attempt is thwarted by Nurse Ratched, and she forces them to put on straitjackets. After Doc tells her about their mission to bring Murphy to the Center for Disease Control to grow a cure for the Z virus, Ratched is more than sure that they are delusional. She prepares to lobotomize Doc, but a bulky patient named Bob comes to the rescue and kills her. Patients are rebelling. Doc manages to rally the patients and run to the bus parked on the street just as the zombies break through the weak barricades of the building.
And here he is. I hope he's on the move.
As soon as everyone is on the street, 10 falls and the patients leave him and Doc, leaving by bus.
How are you? Come on, it's time to go.
Doc discovers that Murphy has been bitten by 10, and, desperate for his friend, wonders if the ampoules in his bag are medicine or what makes him sick. Doc swears to knock out Murphy's teeth, and 10K makes him promise not to tell Roberta and the others about his condition. The episode ends with the patients being sent to an unknown destination aboard their crazy bus, having run over zombies along the way. A man walks through an open desert. Someone shoots him, misses, and the man beheads him with his machete. The corpse has a tattoo of a bulldog on his arm. Meanwhile, the poor bastard is being chased through the woods by a group of zombie kids tied together and led by a weighty one of Murphy's officers. The poor bastard climbs up a tree and asks him by weight if he has heard a kind word about Murphy. The next time we see the poor bastard, he's grinning from ear to ear. Now he's one of Murphy's blends in his Spokane stronghold. Wesson is responsible for selecting people who receive the bled vaccine based on what skills they possess. If Murphy is going to create a new world order, he will need people with different professions. Farmers, electricians, bankers and others. Although bankers as such are not needed, they are assigned to duty in the toilet. Those with the necessary skills receive a vaccine that Murphy was able to develop himself by eating Dr. Murch's brain. Murphy notices a man behind the fence, and Murphy's name is the only one on the current list of people. Whatever the person was planning, it looks like it will be an internal job, since he seems to have received the blend vaccine. Meanwhile, Doc and Ten-Ka reunited with Roberta, Eddie, Sun Mei and Hector.
Warren.
You've been searched.
Counter question, where have you been? 10,000.
Roberto is a little incredulous about the condition of the Ten-Ka, although he does not reveal his status as a blend, despite Doc's assurance that he can trust their fearless leader. So far, Ten is telling everyone about Murphy's big plans in Spokane, the road to which is filled with even more terrible deeds of the Red Hand. Murphy's company also takes to the road, and the gang notices a truck broadcasting his message.
Whoever steals cars pays with their lives.
When they catch up with the car, it is attacked by the Red Hand, and the driver of the blend is dead at the wheel, which shows that the blends do not return as zombies after death. Ten-Ka then reveals Murphy's plan to bring his daughter Lucy back from her foster home in Springfield, Illinois. Song Mei suggests that Lucy may have inherited her father's immunity to the Z virus, and Roberta comes up with a secondary mission, to get Lucy before Murphy does. The team is splitting up. Doc Eddie is assigned to find Lucy, and Roberta, Sun Mei, Hector and Ten-Ka are sent to Spokane to try to stop Murphy's New World Order. When the team from the window stays outside the city, Ten-Ka runs away after Hector discovers Murphy's bite. Meanwhile, at the Museum of Progress, Murphy is meeting with his colleagues to discuss plans to resume power supply. Since Murphy foresees that not everyone will agree with his plans for the development of civilization, he orders a basic training program so that his fortress can be defended. The man insists that he wants to help Murphy, and demonstrates his special skills by exposing the insides of the poor bastard's skull when Murphy declares that he needs brains for his research. Murphy then tests the man's loyalty by ordering him to eat the exposed brains. That's what a person greedily does. In the flashback, it turns out that the man used some dude's severed hand to imitate a blend vaccination, and when he brings Murphy his own plate with delicious brains.
Feeling better? Of course, pass the mustard, please.
That represents a gun to Murphy's head. A man has been sent to deliver Murphy to an unknown client, and when Murphy protests, the man shows him something that can make him more compliant, his daughter Lucy in the back seat of the car. In fact, this is baby Cassidy, whom a man mistakes for Lucy and who manages to overcome his abductor. Now the man is handcuffed to Murphy's Electron, but his interrogation about the identity of his employer is interrupted by the amazing news: the electricity is ready to turn on. Murphy and his colleagues climb to the top of the clock tower and watch as sweet electricity lights up the city of Spokane. It is truly a magnificent sight. Murphy 1, Apocalypse 0. Well, sort of, because Murphy gets hit when he returns to his throne room and discovers that the man has escaped and left his former captor a little message. His own severed hand, the one that was handcuffed to the throne with the middle finger raised. Citizen Z successfully guides Kaya, her uncle and grandmother to the Northern Light listening station, where they manage to restore the power supply and send a signal of hope, which Doc and Eddie receive on the radio while en route to Springfield, Illinois.